hardcore and blast beats.
Yes, sir.
You're not necessarily the originators of that, are you?
No, not at all. I'd say Converge would be the originators of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people that like Call of the Void should go out and purchase Converge and vice versa.
Well, I would say more that Converge fans should go buy Call of the Void albums.
Right, absolutely.
I think they would like them, like us.
This is the Mighty Z of Capital Chaos TV, and we're hanging out here with Patrick of Call of the Void. How's it going, man?
It's going great. Happy to be here.
You guys are currently on tour with the Greenery?
Yes. Well, not tonight, but yes.
It's about a 2-week tour, 2-week winter tour?
Yeah, it's around like 12 days, and we're going into Canada for one day, playing a bunch in Washington, and then we end our tour in our hometown in Denver.
So going into Canada, that means you guys all have a clean record then, right?
Absolutely.
There's no getting in without.
We don't have any records whatsoever. I just got my passport actually like a week ago.
Oh, nice. You guys are all legitimate.
Oh yeah. I had to pay like $250 to get it expedited, but fortunately, we did it so we can cross the border for the first time.
Was this tour booked pretty quickly, or you didn't have that much time to plan?
Actually, we met the Greenery in like the middle of October, and we decided we wanted to do a West Coast tour together. And then we have the same booking agency, and they put it together in like a couple of months. And then here we are now in January.
Is a booking agency one of the many perks that you get from being signed to a record label?
No, not at all, actually.
Oh, okay.
Getting on a booking agency is pretty much just as hard as getting on a record label, if not harder.
Oh.
It's still a we'll call you, don't call us situation.
See.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're on there, and they're going to start throwing shit at you, right?
Yes. We've had to decline things, and we still kind of do it right now. We're kind of touring at our own pace, so we just got to take what we can get and move from there.
So you guys are from Colorado. You're one of the new marijuana legalization countries.
Yes, we are. Yeah. But still, it hasn't really affected us too much. I mean, our singer Steve, he's a straight edge guy, so he doesn't do any drugs or drink. And I think Gordon and I, the drummer, are the only ones who smoke weed, and it's still very casual. So maybe we'll go into a store at some point in time.
Yeah, no rush.
Nothing much has changed at all. Not even close.
Just won't get busted as easily, I suppose.
Well, it all depends. There's a very like gray area in there.
Is there a weight limit?
No weight limit unless you're from out of town.
Oh, out of town or out of state?
Yeah, out of state. Well, yeah, out of state. So if you come from out of state, you can't go into a store and buy more than, I think, an ounce. Yeah, more than an ounce or something like that. And obviously you don't want to go out of state with your weed because you will get caught. You will get caught.
How close are you to Nevada?
I don't know. 6-7 hours?
Oh, it's all good. Now your football team made it to the Super Bowl.
Yes, we're very excited, and we're going to be in Seattle during the Super Bowl. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. I'm down with that, for sure.
Hillman cuts it inside, gets in the end zone, but the ball came out. Did he cross the plane of the goal line? No, he didn't.
And the Chargers and 49ers.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some, right?
I'm a casual football fan.
Me too. I'm not all that into watching male-dominated sports, but maybe towards the end of the game when it gets exciting, eh?
Yeah. Well, I'll watch the entire thing. I just I don't put my heart and soul into it, and I won't cry or smash something over a football game. I'll just turn it off and then try to like calm myself down and just be like, all right, sweet, next year. Right.
There's hope for more.
Yes, absolutely.
So the punk scene in Colorado, where you're from, is pretty vibrant at the moment, or is it on a downturn?
I don't know. It's kind of weird to give an opinion on that, only because I've been so deep in it for so long. There's a few bands that are up and coming. It's more every genre is mixed together, and as touring all the states in the United States, it just seems that Denver is kind of a little bit above par. Or under par. if we're going by golf standards. It's just a lot better, and I think it's really great.
Your original name was Ironhorse.
Yeah, but we had to change our name due to a copyright issue with an 80s band called Ironhorse, which featured, I forget who it was. And after a bunch of email exchanges trying to get the name, or just at least get the graces to be like, hey, don't sue us, they were like, no, you need to pay us $5,000 or you can't use anything. We've got a European reissue of our album that sold nothing. And so we were like, all right, fine, whatever, we'll choose something else. But I'm more satisfied with Call of the Void. I think it's got a better connotation.
Yeah, it's very powerful, and it's sort of vague, I suppose.
I guess it's a French saying. I don't know how to say it in French, but it just means the feeling you get when you're at a high point and you look down and you want to jump. So we thought that was kind of cool, kind of matched our energy and our negativity that we portrayed everyone else. We figured it'd be sweet.
Yeah, it's a great name. You should be proud of yourselves.
Thank you.
And Drag Down a Dead End Path is your first album, is that correct?
Yeah, it's our first album.
And who's this guy?
This is Steve. Steve is our singer.
Hey, I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing well. Sweaty and hoarse now, but
A little bit.
Yeah,
I'm in. Hey, I'm fully in. Yeah, I'm good. I'm sweaty and tired.
You look a little drier, though.
I know. It's the humidity. I know. We're from a dry state, so we come here and sweat, so, even in the winter. So
You guys are great today. How did you feel about your performance tonight?
I thought we did well. It was a good show. The kids were really awesome, and they moved the whole night, and I think we played the songs correctly.
We did.
So
No mess ups tonight.
no mess ups. So I'm gonna call that a win. We didn't mess up. We didn't hurt anything or break anything, and nobody broke strings. I didn't break fingers or toes. So we're cool.
Your drummer had like 20 sticks on standby. Is he?
He loses sticks. I don't know. He loses sticks, but we never notice it.
All the time.
He goes really fast and he's excited a lot, so his just sticks fly and he just grabs more. So he has to keep at least 20 to 30 pairs on standby.
Well, good. He's prepared though, right? He knows his.
It happens more in practice than anything. It's a free-for-all of stick throwing.
Yes.
And you got to watch yourself.
You have to watch out.
You should wear protective gear at practice.
I don't know. I was like, he should wear gloves, but then I remembered how silly drummers look wearing gloves.
Except for Dave Lombardo.
Except for Dave Lombardo.
Lombardo.
All right. He can wear gloves.
And now a lot of your lyrics have to do with organized religion. Is that correct?
Yeah, but we're going to stray from that on our next release. That was kind of our first, get-go. We really want to do this. It was kind of more topical within the group at that point in time. But then now, that type of lyrical content is been beaten, or no, it's just beaten to the ground, and we're done with that.
To say about it.
Yeah.
So we got that out of the way. People know where we stand on organized religion or any kind of religion. So we got that out of the way. Now we can move on to other things.
Yes.
Weirder shit.
Yeah, weirder
I
shit.
was hearing some interesting stuff on the radio about Adolf Hitler and how he knew that, while he was in power, he knew the Catholic Church in Italy. He knew that a lot of the priests and so forth were engaged in a lot of the behavior that we found out within the last couple of years, the sex orgies, the molestation of children, and he found that to be somewhat disturbing.
I find that disturbing as well.
I mean, had Hitler just taken his aim at the Catholic Church, I don't think we would hate him as much.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean,
So do you have any cover songs in your repertoire?
We have one that we released. It's a His Hero Is Gone cover called Headless Heartless. We felt out one cover of Negative Approach's Ready to Fight, and we rehearsed it one time, and we haven't done anything since.
Oh.
I've got some in my mind, but it's, all four of us trying together, just be like, we're going to do this one cover song. Doesn't always work out, and then it just, time goes by, and we just forget about it.
What makes a good song?
How it invokes an energy from us. Like, we're beyond stage or even in practice, and I rock out harder on stage based on just everything that's going on, and I just get really pumped on it. And I think if we feel it's a good song, I mean, it does. I mean, we're not like, the end all of like, oh, we think it's cool, therefore it's cool. It's just we play what we want to play, and that's what's most important. So if it's good and everyone else likes it, then we're good.
Fair enough. And you're on Relapse. I would imagine you are a fan of some Relapse bands. Any particular ones come to mind?
One of the first bands that we actually got to meet, at least I got to meet, was Inter Arma. And those dudes are incredible. Really awesome dudes and phenomenal musicians, and it was a pleasure meeting them and playing with them, and we got to do a little weird interview with them. So we interviewed them, they interviewed us, and a German publication put it out, and I think the Germans liked it. I don't really know, they might have hated it. But we had a good time anyway. So that was one of the cool bands. The guys in ASG. ASG's killer. People in Howl, we got to tour with Howl, and Ringworm. Ringworm's now on Relapse, so yeah, they just got their first record out on Relapse.
Hammer the Witch.
Yep.
Hammer the Witch, I think it's
Hammer
called.
the Witch.
Yeah.
I mean, Ringworm, that's enough said. They're the greatest fucking hardcore band. So I love them. That was one of the best bands I got to meet.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. And what about you? Do you have a Relapse alumni that tickles your fancy?
Absolutely. I'd say Relapse was kind of like every band that, at least Gordon the drummer and I, growing up, we loved, like Dillinger Escape Plan, Mastodon. More recently, they're not alumni, but they're on it now, but like Death was a big influence on me. And I don't know, everything's Cephalic Carnage, being from Denver, and we're from Denver. When I was in high school, I would go see them, and now to be, they are my peers, and I see them all the time. Some of them. It's really awesome.
Wow, it's huge.
But yeah,
It's really cool.
lots of bands. There's so many I could list out.
There is a lot of great Relapse.
Run out of battery power.
For sure.